This. I had really wandered far away.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
So I had not been
you
living.
went through all of the steps when you were Catholic. And, yeah. Got,
Yeah, was baptized as a baby, confirmed, went through Catholic education up to high school. And at that point, my mom was kind of at odds with the Catholic Church and all the rules. And so she started looking, and she found a Lutheran church she liked. And eventually we all moved to that. And so as a young adult, I was going to the Lutheran church. And then I kind of just quit going.
the church did not play a role in my life. I was pretty much raised by my dad. My parents divorced when I was 2. I was blessed to be adopted to great parents. But they unfortunately divorced when I was 2 and then raised by my dad. I had aunts and uncles who were strong in their faith and very committed to their church. And so I saw a bit of it and knew what it was like. But we didn't attend church regularly, and it wasn't in our household. As I was growing up and started out on my own life, I saw myself repeating some patterns that I had seen that I knew were not beneficial patterns. And so I wanted to make some changes. And so my girlfriend Amy, who introduced me to Dan, there was a period of time where she and I had fallen apart and weren't real close. And I don't know, probably about a year and a half, I got reconnected with her, and she had changed her life around. And she had started going to church, and she had eventually gotten married. And I just looked at her and I thought, that's what I want. She's on a different path than what we were on. And
she had,
that's what I want.
It would have been a big change for her. I mean,
right.
It was not what you would have expected.
Right. And through her, I started seeking.
How did you guys meet?
That's a good story. You want to take that?
I'll take that. We met through a girlfriend of mine who I had been running around with for several years. And I just happened to say, it was her birthday, so I said, Amy, let's go out to lunch. And Amy was someone who always has a big group around her. And I said, but I just want it to be me and you. I don't want a big entourage, just me and you. And so I'm sitting down. We're at a marina in Cincinnati on the water, beautiful day in August, sitting there, and I see AIM coming with several people.
There's actually 2 more.
Yeah.
Me.
But it's still more than
of them.
AIM, yeah. And it was one of them was Dan. So we had lunch, had a great time sitting at the marina, just enjoying the day. And then a couple days later, I didn't really think much about it. A couple days later, Amy had tickets to
Jimmy Buffett.
And I traveled all the time, so I was in and out of town. I didn't have a strong, big, wide, group of friends at the time. And I said, Amy, I don't have anyone to go with. It was like for that night or the next night or something. And she goes, oh wait, Dan just called in on the other line. I'll see if he'll take you. And so I was like, okay, whatever, it's fine. Sure enough, he said, great, that'll work. And then we dated, or then you asked me out the next Friday.
That Friday, because I had
Reds games tickets.
I had partial season tickets to the Reds, so we went to a Reds game on Friday night.
And then on Sunday, you called and asked me to the Inland Seafood Festival.
Yeah, I remember calling you and I said, it's probably 3 times in a week, it's probably a lot, but they're having the seafood festival downtown. I'd really like to go.
Yeah, and then the rest is history. We dated ever since. 3 years, got married, and been together ever since.
Yeah.
What happened that made you go, we need to find a church?
Just, I'd say the people that God brought into my life of, I had been working on myself and knowing that I needed to have some change. I kept coming across people who had good foundation, and like I saw the change in Amy's life and where she was going, and the choices that she was making and how it had changed her family, what our neighbor Mary had done. And I just thought, I need to find a church family to get plugged into so I can learn and become associated with more people such as the same. And so
And through doing that, you find Christ.
right, through doing that, then it brought me into Christ, yes.
Do you remember where you're at or what you were doing? Like some people have these conversion experiences, they know the date and the time, they know exactly what's going on. Was yours like that?
I can't say it was for me. It was gradually. I realized, okay, this. I'm starting to read now. Now it's all starting to come together. It's come together, and that's. It was This is where I should be. This is right.
Yeah, this is right. This is what I should be doing. And
it wasn't like one moment. It was like several things happening, and everything was just right.
yep, that's it. We had the opportunity almost every week to come to Christ and be baptized, and we just decided one week, yep, this is the time, and we knew we needed to do it.
Yeah, and that's kind of I was thinking. It didn't really count that I was baptized as a baby and then confirmed. But the pastor said something that really hit me. He said, "If Christ wants you to be baptized, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?" So, yeah, why wouldn't we?
Right.
Yeah.
And the same thing, I was baptized as a baby, but I felt like until I owned it, until I made the choice for myself
Yeah.
to come back around, and that's what he said, if Christ is calling you to be baptized, why wouldn't you? And I'm like, yeah, I feel like I needed to go in and say, yeah, for myself, I'm doing this.
It was a wonderful day. I mean, we were at a church where there were a lot of people baptized over the course of, it wasn't every week the offer was there. And he had his hip waders there in the back, and
Right. But yeah, every church does it different, but it's a feeling that you just when you're called to do it, you feel like, I want to do this to honor you, and I want to walk on a path that honors God. Yeah.
and then
To
you
be
feel
grateful.
part of the kingdom.
Yeah.
First off, you don't have to be a full-fledged Christian to start, and you don't have to be perfect to start, but it sets such a foundation in how to raise your kids and how to be married.
Yes. How to have
the-
grace and patience. How to talk.
I can remember one
Foundation.
specific time we were, and this is what's important. I don't know exactly what we were fighting over, but I remember how we resolved it. But we were both mad. We probably had that to do with the kids. We went to bed. I got my back to her. She's got her back to me, and we're both mad. All of a sudden, I started thinking, "Oh, don't give the devil a foothold. Do not go to bed angry." So I just took my foot and rubbed the bottom of her foot, and then she rubbed back. And I said, "I love you," and she said, "I love you." And all that anger just faded away. And next morning we woke up, and you don't resolve everything, but having the anger go away, I'd heard what she said and took it to heart. We woke up in a good mood, and that's the wisdom of the Bible right there.
That's what it's all about.